The game. Obviously a tough emotional loss for our staff and team, and the guys were very invested and fought hard to win the game. It was a great turnout and environment, and it was awesome to see Coach Cower and his family and deserving wonderful recognition for a great guy, alum, coach that admires so much, and thankful that he was able to be here with all of his family, and it's great to see him and see the fans recognize him the way they did. As a team, you know, you win as a team, you lose as a team, and we know that we have a lot of things to focus on to get the scoreboard in our favor. It was really a game of two halves. In the first half, I felt like we played complementary football. You know, even though we didn't score the number of points you'd like to see, we did not turn the ball over. We forced 2 turnovers on defense. As a team, we only had 2 penalties, went in at half up 10-0. Played a tremendous first half defensively. You know, the second half, obviously, the opposite with what we did offensively. You know, you turned the ball over 3 times, and as a team, we had 8 penalties in the second half, and that's just too much to overcome against a team like that. And they won the second half 13-0. Ultimately, that was the difference in the game. And, you know, it was really tough. You know, defensively played a great game. I know there's things there that they can still do better. But top-ranked offense coming in to hold them to 20 yards rushing, to dominate on third down, force 3 turnovers, get their quarterback out of rhythm, had 4 sacks, and then at the end of the game had back-to-back end-of-game stops to give us a chance. You know, had the tough running into the kicker call, which took our timeouts from us, but they were still able to go out there and get us another shot. You know, from a negative standpoint on defense, obviously the couple deep balls that we gave up and then some penalties allowed them to get points. I thought our, kickoff return continues to be exceptional with Julian at the end of 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And that was real close to going all the way. You know, Braden had a great kick to end the first half. You know, the negative was our punt coverage. Gave up a 26-yard return on a play where we didn't have very good hang time. But moving forward, we need to obviously perform better offensively, and everyone's a part of that dysfunction, and also everyone's a part of that solution. And I always start with that. You know, I think you can look at things from 2 angles. It always starts with me, and, you know, as the head coach, I have to do everything I can to help the players, to help the staff. And that's really the trickle down from leadership. You know, it starts with me. And so when things aren't good in any area, I own that as the head coach. And then goes to the coordinators and the position coaches, and then the players have to go out and execute at a high level. And so, you know, I own that, and I look forward to fixing it, you know, with the guys and seeing Coach and I and his staff and these players. You know, what we've done well has been, you know, something that we'll continue to do well, but the things we haven't, we have to fix. And to me, it starts just playing together, and the chemistry offensively needs to be better. You know, we need to galvanize, and these guys like each other. They're good teammates. You know, it's a matter of just playing better together. What I like to call 11-man football. 11 is 1. First year in the system, you can see that, especially this weekend, we were disjointed. And playing in harmony with strain and focus, like that's what you want to see. And you do see that. Obviously, we're in our 3rd year in Tony's system on defense. We're in our 1st year in Roberts, and we're just not in the same areas right now. But we can get there, and I'm excited to help the team do that. It's clear that we need a spark on that side of the ball, and MJ Morris is going to take over as our starting quarterback, and he is ready to lead the offense. As I stated in the past, when I was asked, it was my plan and our plan to redshirt MJ and allow him an opportunity to develop behind Brennan. But plans sometimes need to change, and the time is now because it's what's best for our team. And MJ's excited, you know, for the opportunity to lead the football team, and I do believe that he's ready. Brennan will be a great teammate to MJ, just as MJ has been to Brennan in his role. And Brennan has a role on our team. he's a very competitive, tough guy, and he understands this is what's best for the team right now and what's needed. I got tremendous respect for him and what he's gone through, and I don't think people really pay attention to those types of things. 2 weeks ago, we played a very emotional game at UVA, a place where, he was the quarterback for a long time and went through the tragedy that was there a year ago, and then came back to our stadium and just didn't have a good game. And that happens sometimes. But for what this team needs right now, it needs a spark. And I do believe MJ can be that for our offense. But let me make this clear, changing the quarterback, everyone has to be better. This isn't throwing Brennan under the bus and pinning it on him. It's the opposite, it starts with me, and I own that. Everyone has to be what changes. The chemistry is about everyone, and playing well around the quarterback. I've always said this, I don't care what side of the ball you're referring to, it starts inside out. When you play well from the center of your offense all the way out, and that's where we got it. Starts with the center, then it goes to the guards, then it goes to the tackles, then it goes to the tight ends, the running backs, the receivers, everyone playing in a concerted effort and harmony with whoever that quarterback is, and when your protection is really good, then the plays, or the run blocking is really good, then the plays look better. And so we got a lot to improve on. And I'm excited for the opportunity to go and prove it, and I think the cohesion and the chemistry and all that's going to come. It's a challenge. If there's one thing that I would pride my program on, this program on, and myself on, is persistence and resiliency and grit. Like, those are things that are just part of our DNA. And though the results aren't what people and what we wish we had at this time, there's a lot of games, a lot of weeks, a lot of football left. And so, 8 weeks, 7 games, plus the postseason. If we're fortunate to earn our right to continue to play, we're going to take it 1 week at a time. And this week's all about finding a way to beat the next team, which is Marshall, an undefeated team, a team that has very athletic quarterback, talented runners. Their running back's a dynamic player. The receivers are always skilled. We've played Marshall and watched them for a long time. Know several of their coaches, got a lot of respect for how hard they play. They're tough guys. Their defense is ranked in the top 25. And last year they went to Notre Dame and won. We know that we're going to get their best. They've already beat Virginia Tech this year in their 4 games. And so we got a lot to work on, and excited about the challenge and the opportunity. Look forward to being home. I hope our fans come back and do the same thing, show up. They were great in the second half. Coming back from the parking lot after halftime was awesome to have a full stadium, and our team appreciates when we get that kind of support.